So the new windows, there are substantial improvements in the frame by themselves. So the frame of the window has what's called a thermal break. And what that does, just really easily, it doesn't allow heat or cold to transfer inside your unit. So there's a plastic structural piece that's in the window. And so what that prevents is like the thermal conductivity from out to in. The next thing is the glass. There's a special coating. It's called a low E coating. And what that does is it actually reflects the heat out in the summertime and reflects it back in the wintertime. And this all depends on the type of, how it works is, the sun basically is high in the sky in the summertime. So most of it is trying to come directly into your unit. It reflects that back out. In the wintertime, since the sun is lower, it's bouncing off the ground. It changes the different type of heat. And so it allows that in, and then that's the same type of heat that's inside your unit, so it keeps that in as well. The last thing is the sound. So that all is based off of an STC rating, and that's kind of difficult to explain in a 2-minute deal. But the easiest way to talk about it is right now, the way that your window panes are acting, they're acting like a speaker. So the sound hits it, and they're reflecting at the same rate. So what we did is we differed the panes of glass, and so you get destructive interference, and so that doesn't allow as much sound in. The short thing of it, you're going to notice a substantial difference in the sound. That's going to be the biggest thing that you notice. You'll notice over time the energy. You'll see about 25 to 30% savings. In the times when you're using heat. That's when your biggest savings occurs, and it'll be a little less when you're using the AC a lot. The look and appearance from the outside is going to be the same, and the operability is going to be the same. So in terms of operating everything, it's going to be identical. So you're not going to notice a difference in the street. The only difference that you'll notice is that the paint will look brand new. In terms of how long we're going to be in a unit, like how does it usually work? So we typically have a crew of 8 guys on a project of this size. You'll have 1 or 2 guys working in a unit. They're pulling the windows out, and then we have another 2 guys they're putting the windows in, and the other 4 guys are dedicated to what's called window wall. So any of you guys that have the balcony enclosure, you're going to have a separate crew that's working solely on those, because to do one of those is probably an all-day project. Like Tim said before, we're going to be in and out of your unit in 1 day, unless rain or something like that comes out of nowhere. We will never leave a window out, and we'll never take a window out that we think we can't get back in the same day. So you're not going to have plastic up or anything like that. We will never, ever, ever leave a hole in the wall. So I know that's one of the big concerns. One of the things that Patrick wanted me to talk about, and when we spoke about this with the board, is the blinds. You cannot screw the blinds back into the window. It voids the warranty on the windows from the manufacturer. So what's going to happen is we're going to give a price to you guys depending on what you have in your unit. A standard unit with a door and a window is going to be $75 for us to take down the blinds and put them back up. And you're wondering, why does it cost $75? Well, we take down the blinds, and then in order to put them back up, we have to screw in the concrete and screw the blinds into concrete in the ceiling above. Because if you screw them into the window, the warranty is void, and anything that may happen, is voided on that window. You cannot do that. Please do not do that. That's the worst thing you can possibly do to the window. And then, depending on what size sunroom, if you have those. The pricer for the smaller sunrooms is $100, and the largest sunroom is $150. If you do not want us to put the blinds up, we will just take them down and leave them on the floor somewhere for you.
Pets are another concern. I see a lot of pets going in and out of the building, and I love pets, as a lot of you do. So anyway, we have to know before we go into the unit if you have a pet. And if it's a cat or something, you want to make sure you maybe put it in the bathroom or put it in another room where we're not working. We sure don't want to lose any pets during this whole process. So just make sure we communicate again, and we know that you have a pet and what you're going to do with it while we're in the, because we go pretty quick once we're in there. We have openings that are actually open. You know, you'll pull a window out and you'll have an opening there for a while. We sure wouldn't want anything to happen, so.
And for those of you with window wall, you know, if you're wondering if you can be at home while we're replacing the window wall, yes is the answer, but you cannot be anywhere near the tether. So our guys are going to be fully harnessed, and there's a tether that goes back to the front door, because that's the strongest part of the unit. We've never had anybody die, never had anybody fall out, but if they fall out, the tether is going to tighten. If it tightens and you're walking around the unit, you could be slammed up against the wall. So you need to be, you know, in the bedroom or somewhere that we're not working, if you choose to be at home when you have a window wall. The window and the sliding glass door, you know, they're still going to be harnessed off, but it is far unlikely that they're going to fall out just based on the height. And the sliding glass door obviously is on a balcony, so we're okay there. But the window wall, it's going to be wide open. And you just need to be very, very mindful if you decide to be home during that day.
There is a 10-year warranty on the windows, if anybody's interested, and the 10-year includes the insulated glass, and that's usually the main concern. The insulated glass, if the gas escapes, the low E, you know, the argon gas that's in between, it'll fog up, and you'll know it, you know, that you have a seal failure. So the warranty is 10 years on the glass. If the glass hasn't failed in the first couple of years, in my experience, I've been doing this for over 30 years, it's not going to fail. That seal is going to hold tight. So, but that's the warranty, and it's also on the frame and the hardware.
If you guys run into a problem, you know, down the road, there is a 1-year labor warranty where we'll come out and fix anything. Even after that, you know, we talked to Patrick about it. You know, we are around, happy to help with any problems that you may have with the windows. But please, you know, take advantage. I know that I was talking to someone that replaced her entire unit a year and a half ago. She didn't even realize that her stuff was under warranty, and she was having some problems just with the window bumpers. But anything you guys have, let us know. You know, send a picture to us, email us, call us. You know, we stand behind this product, great product, and we think you guys will be very, very happy. Yes?
In terms of operability, right now I can't remove my screen without bending the frame. There could be better screens in there, or they could be easier to remove for when the window watchers come.
Right, so the screen is actually a sliding screen. I believe it has leaves at the top and bottom on this one. So you'll actually be able to, you know, push up on it and pull it out that way. The other thing about these windows that are going in, you will be able to remove both sash or both operating parts of the window if you so choose. It's not, you're not going to have one that's fixed into place. And you know, they will be heavy because it is a, you know, heavy commercial window, and it is made for, you know, high-rise structures like this.
We don't have to remove them to get the screen taps out, right?
No, this would be just if you wanted to clean them and actually you could take
Some
them out.
people really, really want to be able to clean them without leaning out the window.
Crazy people.
Yes.
You mentioned that you'll be able to work like from your bedroom or something like that, but aren't you also replacing the windows in the bedrooms?
The window in the bedroom is getting replaced unless you have a you know, a full patio enclosure where your window looks out onto the window wall.
But are you working on the bedroom and the window wall at the same time?
Correct. Yes. So it'll just be 2 different crews at one time in there working.
Second question, this might go to the board too. What is the schedule? Because I know right now, like, there's talk that you're going to start this in December, right?
Well, actually, tomorrow we're finalizing the make sizes. So we've measured about half the building, and then we're coming back out to verify everything. We have a really good handle on, you know, basically how the measurements are falling. You know, we start at the top and we work our way down, and we're lining up all the different tiers of the building. So, you know, based on tiers, we can get an idea of how the different window walls are going to work, because each one is sized a little bit different. So once we get more comfortable, the measurements go a lot faster. But we were only able to cover about 3 floors the first day. But tomorrow, you know, we should be able to knock out the rest of the building. We already have the PO. Right, we already have the PO ready to go. Northern right now is a 7 to 8 week lead time on the windows. So we will be out here most likely in mid-November.
I guess my concern is, I mean, it gets cold in
No, absolutely, it's a great question. November is actually an ideal time for window replacement, believe it or not. It's because it's the end of hurricane season and the lack of rain. So the temperatures are still mild, and it's not gonna be where, we have all of your windows out and, nothing replaced, and, it's wide open for 10 hours. It is, a pretty efficient process, especially for those that have windows and doors. We're probably being in a unit about 4 hours. If you have the window wall, it's gonna take, more in the range of 6 or 7 hours. But, and that, we've also spoken to Patrick about that. We also have that secondary deal where, most of you have the sliding glass door, single pane that you can close.
I have no doubt.
That does remind me, on the open balconies, the new code requirements are much different than what were in 1986. And so the lip on these things, it has to meet hurricane standard requirements, so it's about 3 inches higher. Yes, but it's required by code.
We have no way around that.
No,
It's,
it's not.
I just wanted to give you a heads up. And we'll be putting this up on YouTube, etc.
yes.
Yes.
You guys will want to seal it, like we have an open balcony, so you guys rerun seal it, or is that?
No, so this is, a full turnkey operation. So the window, we install the window, even the plates over top of your sill that are existing right now. The window, if you've ever looked down, it's a brake metal plate. Those are getting, replaced, or we're going over top of those. All the sealant on the perimeter of anything we replace is getting redone.
The only thing they ask is to not touch the sealant for
Do not touch the outside sealant,
how long?
Period.
How long?
on the inside.